Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara here, coming to you live once again from downtown Flushing, New York. This was the eye of the pandemic. You know, I'm sorry to keep bringing this up, but it's just on my mind. What could I say? I've been saying it every night. I guess it's become a habit. And if you know anything about habits, this is going to be hard to break, but anyway, I'm still here in Flushing, New York. If you don't know who I am a CPA, serial entrepreneur. I love talking about business, especially new business owners, solopreneurs, people that are as confused and bewildered as I was when I was driving my ice cream truck and I got a federal, no, not a federal, a New York State tax warrant filed against me right at the start of my CPA career. So I've made it my mission to help new business owners, solopreneurs, navigate the injustices, the complexities that the government has put up in our way, these unnecessary obstacles. But rather than bore you with the details about what you need, like bookkeeping and accounting, and you need to file your returns on time. And if you're a client of mine and you've recently sent me information about a return or some kind of penalty that you may have because you didn't listen to me, we can fix it. And the fact is, people, that I understand the last thing you want to talk about is bookkeeping and organizing your business and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I understand you want to do it later. Or you want somebody else to do it for you. And you don't want it to cost you anything. Or you want it to cost you very little. Because maybe you don't put any value in the benefits of it. But if you look at people's results, people that are successful, look at how they run their businesses and ask them or just observe if they're organized. If Now, let me qualify that, because a lot of people can look successful and organized on the outside, and on the inside, it's they don't have anything going on. Believe me, I've seen it. So, that basically means that everything I just told you is a waste of time. So I'm gonna have to figure out another way to show you how important it is. And so, getting into the lesson for tonight, which I'm trying to get into, which has nothing at all to do with bookkeeping or accounting or organizing your business. Actually, it's all about organizing your business. I mean, all of these things have to be done in some kind of sequence. And if you're like me, I had all of these different things that I was told and I knew that I needed, all of these different components. And it was proven that because the people that were presenting this information were successful, and these things worked for them. But what I wound up with was a hodgepodge of all of this stuff that worked in some combination for other people. and it just did not work for me. Now, if I took one of those examples and just followed them to the T, I might have gotten different results. I don't know. But what I want to share with you tonight is the simple formula that I came up with that works for me. And the great thing about this is it's not only for me, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's really general categories that you can plug in whatever you like. And if you don't like it, then you don't have to do it this way. But the the lesson that should be learned, that I should have learned, is no matter what you do, you have to come up with your sequence. And if it's somebody else's sequence, you better follow all of their sequence, because that's probably one of the biggest mistakes that I made. I followed sequences to a point, probably that it served me, and then I probably went back and tried to tweak it or whatever. But the sequence that I came up with recently, like over the last, let's say, 9 months to 1 year, has worked for me. And I look at it and I said, well, this is something that can be taught. It's 5 steps, and maybe somebody can use it as a template. So maybe you could use this as a template for what you're doing. Because my objective, really, my main objective with all of my clients is, yeah, I do the bookkeeping and the tax returns and advice and coaching. But really, almost everything I do is really focused on how can we monetize this? How can we take your passion, your business, your connections, your knowledge, and turn it into cash flow? Because in the end, if you're in business, that's the only thing that really matters. So if you have a mission, a purpose, even a cause, a not-for-profit, I can show you how to monetize that. Now, you can't monetize a not-for-profit, but what you can do is create a business entity for profit and have a not-for-profit as a not-for-profit. In other words, it's not your main business. You need a business that's going to generate cash flow, and not-for-profits don't do that. But a lot of wealthy, if you look at successful people, more than likely they are connected to some kind of giving back, some kind of charity. And a lot of them now, because it's become easier, have their own. I'm starting my own. I keep forgetting. I got to just put the paperwork in. I think I should just hire an accountant to do it. Well, I'm not going on LegalZoom, that's for sure. But the truth is that I could just fill out the paperwork and send it in. That's how easy it is. If you want to have a small not-for-profit, go to Time with Joe and chat with me. And right now, I want to take a second, because I have this posted up here and it says, oh, maybe you can't. Oh, that's interesting, because it's blue. It says slow down. Because in my mastermind group today, we talked about slowing down. So I'm going to slow down a little bit and invite you to, if you're watching live, give me a hashtag live. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. And the reason for that is it's really helping with my analytics. So, I mean, it doesn't take anything. You're helping me out. You might be helping yourself out because I really want to promote these Facebook Lives. So just give me some kind of acknowledgement. If you have any kind of questions, post them in the chat. I will get back to you. Like I've said many times, I get distracted by going into interactive, going into the group, and I lose focus very easily. What was I talking about? Okay, it'll come back to me. But oh yeah, so tonight what we're gonna do is I wanna again, another reminder. Mastermind with Joe DiChara. I have to say today's meeting was awesome. Unbelievable. I'm waiting for Elizabeth's synopsis that she gives us every week. If you don't know Elizabeth, you should really connect with her. And she's usually on these lives for some reason, giving great feedback and connecting with people. So that's the story. I have Mastermind with Joe DiChara, and I want to invite anybody to connect with me by going to timewithjoe.com and book a free 15-minute chat if you want to, let's say, set up your not-for-profit. And I can tell you, some of the steps that you need to take to do that. But what I'd like to do right now is go through my actual presentation, which if I didn't mention this, the name of my show is still How You Can Win Big at Business. Now I'm putting it out there that I might change the name again to the Joe DiChara Show. And I'd like some feedback on that if you can give it to me. So what do you think about, how you can, Joe DiChara, you get the idea, I hope. So tonight, what we're going to talk about are the 5 things I wish I had when I started my business. Now, this isn't the same as, saying, oh, I wish I did this 20 years ago and my life would be like this. No, because I've done a lot of research on time travel and stuff that could happen, and I want no part of that. So I just want to make it clear that these are just things that would have made it easier for me to generate positive cash flow sooner rather than later. So it's not like I just want it out there in the universe. I'm very happy with the way things are right now. I don't want to go back and change anything. So we're good. And this is all just for informational purposes, folks. So, and I forgot about that. I'm adding a new feature, which are quotes. And I'm picking some of my favorite quotes, and I was supposed to start the whole presentation off with that. But what's done is done. I can't go backwards. And this is sometimes adversity is what you need to face in order to become successful. Zig Ziglar. And we've all faced a lot of adversity lately. And this just popped out at me because, I believe this by Tony. I don't even know if Zappos is still in business, to be honest with you, or that maybe they are. I'm not accustomed. But look at that quote. And I thought I had another one, but I guess not. So this is actually what I put together. One thing that I see everybody in one form or another has a following. They have a following. And that personally is something that I never wanted by choice. And if you're following me now, I greatly appreciate it. You know, if you're listening to this, maybe you're following me. But for some reason, and I went to therapy, I did, hypnotism, and it was some kind of block that I didn't want the responsibility. I didn't want whatever, the fear of success. And, but it was required. Unless I wanted to be an employee, every business owner needs to be a leader and have a following in one form or another. Now that could be a tribe of five, a highly focused tribe of five. If I had five clients paying me $1 million each a year, I could probably live on that. So it's not the number, it's the quality. So I never really wanted to create a tribe. I didn't want the responsibility of providing content and people expecting stuff from me. And so I had to get over that. So if you're following me, thank you very much. And invite your friends. Second thing that I was told years ago, I think when they first invented a list, I was told that I needed. And what I'm talking about is an email list. And now, actually, a regular physical address list is coming back. So, but you need a way to contact your tribe or even people that are interested in doing business with you that have opted in somehow. A lead magnet. Now, I, for the life of me, could not understand this. I kept saying, what is it? What's the difference between a lead magnet and a sales funnel and a landing page? And it finally dawned on me. Anything that brings people to get on your list is a lead magnet. So, I mean, you could be your own lead magnet when you go out to events. If you have something to offer, some thing that you can invite them to, which I'm going to get to. So you could be a lead magnet. A landing page can be a lead magnet. You could have all kinds of lead magnets, but you need at least one. You need at least one. And it can't be a lead magnet that's buried under the sand where nobody can get to it or even knows that it's there. So I should have qualified this. It's got to be a lead magnet that's visible and easily attainable for people to get to. And you got to give them a reason to get there. But now I'm going into all the other things. All you need is a tribe so far, a list, and a lead magnet. The next thing is not really just one thing. It's a series of things, and we call them products or services. Now, at one point, when I looked at my inventory, all I really had was traditional bookkeeping, accounting, and tax services. Those were my products. And it's not easy for people to go from zero to, oh, here's all my books and records, and now you know a lot about my life and how I run my business. It doesn't happen like that it happens if it's a referral, but it's not an easy way to get accounting clients. It's not effective. It's not, and it takes a long time. So the point is, I was looking for a more uh, a shorter business cycle. I wanted to sign people up to something as soon as they got to know, like, and trust me, or just know about me. And I didn't have that. And the concept of a free gift, like an ebook or anything, a free webinar, uh, I knew that I should be doing that stuff, but I really didn't have everything in sequence. And I didn't have it in order. And then I needed a very low cost entry item. For instance, right now I have a $27 per month mastermind group. And, there's a lot of value for low cost. It's an easy way to start getting to know me better and getting to know other people better. It's not all about me. It's about, when you join the mastermind group, it's not so that I can earn $27. Yeah, that's great. You become part of my sales funnel. But also, it's a real solution for people that are looking for business solutions. So it's not just like a gimmick product. It's a real product that has value, and everything has to be like that. And then you go from, you can start with $7, you can start with $1. I signed up for my CRM, Kartra, because it was only $1 for the first 2 weeks, and I got full functionality. I got to learn it, and then after 2 weeks, it was $99 a month. So I got 2 weeks to play with it, but I already had decided that I gave him, it was easier just to keep it, because now I entered all it. I spent 2 weeks setting up the system. So that was a pretty good, I like that dollar up front, and it's always guaranteed. It's not a lot of these things are not annual contracts. I know I got stuck with the company called Sales Genie. They made me sign up for an annual contract, and then COVID hit, and that was a whole nother story. But anyway, so you need the products all the way down to your bread and butter, or your high ticket item. And everybody needs some kind of high ticket item, and you should have one, because someday somebody might want to sign up for it. And if you don't have it, you just lost a great opportunity. So have a high priced item. And last but not least, Craig Duswell told me this 8 years ago: you got to have an event. I thought he meant I needed to have the kind of event that he had, a big 5, 6, 700 twice a year event where I spent all year trying, getting people to go to. And I didn't want to do that. I still don't want to do that. I'll never want to do that. But Craig is a master of that. He's great at it, and that's for him. Now I understand that I can have events online as long as I have them. For instance, I started doing a monthly webinar. It was work to put it together, but I have it. Now every month I can do the webinar. All I got to do is promote it. And that goes on my calendar. I am doing quarterly 5-day challenges. I'm doing a quarterly 1-day event. So I have events that I could send people to. So if they connect with me in a mastermind meeting, a networking group, I could say, hey, I'd like to invite you to whatever my next event is. And that helps with everything. Even if they can't make the event, you can get them on your email list. But, and so I looked at this, and this is really a formula for anybody. And you can probably mix and match the different labels. But the important thing is that what you need is a sequence, and you need a way to reach people. You need a way to, stay in front of them. You need a way to attract them. You need something to offer them. And having a place that's easy to get to and fun and gives value in an event, which could just be like my monthly webinar. You could even do a quarterly webinar. And that's my story. I'm sticking with it. I want to wish you a happy Saturday night. God bless you. I will be back tomorrow with something new and exciting. And maybe I'll have a surprise interview for somebody out there. All right. Over and out. Thank you.